When you conduct a basic Google image search, you are bombarded with thousands, if not millions, of images that are tagged with the search query that you have searched for. It can be daunting to find the perfect image. This video will show you how to narrow the search. First, I want to address copyright laws. I know most of us use the internet to find images, but you've got to be mindful of the copyright laws. Are they free to be able to be used by you? When the image results come up, they don't specify the copyright laws attached to the images. We need to adjust our settings to make sure we and our students comply with the law. So this is how we do that. When you are in google.com, you will see they now have an image icon up in the upper right-hand corner. Click on Images. Then I'm going to conduct my search. I want to search for dogs. So here are my images. This is what comes up. But see, looking at them, I don't know, can I use those or not? To narrow my search by usage rights, I'm going to click in the upper right-hand corner on my settings icon. Then I'm going to select Advanced Search. When I'm here, if I scroll all the way down, the last one says Usage Rights. I'm going to click on the drop-down and I'm going to choose Free to Use or Share. Now I'm able to search for images that are free to use. Since my original taping, Google has made a great update. Now, instead of having to go to your settings in Advanced Feature, if you click on the Search Tools button, a Usage Rights drop-down now appears, and now you can search based on images that are free to use. They now title it Labeled for Reuse. From here, I can also narrow my search down by size, large, medium, icon, larger than, or an exact size. I can change by color. Say I want just black and white images. It shows them to me here. I can do type, I can do clip art, photos, face. I can do time. Perhaps I want images that have come up just in the past week. Oh, there is nothing for dogs. So now I need to go back and do anytime, or I can do a custom range and give a specific date. But I'm going to go back to anytime for now. Labeled for reuse, that's how I had chosen before. Those other options are for commercial reuse or reuse with modification, and it will tell you what the modification is, or commercial reuse with modification. And then there are more tools, so I can show the sizes on here so I know exactly what the image is. There are also more advanced features, so I'm going to clear these right now, and I'm going to go back and show you the page where we had found the usage rights. I'm going to click on the options and do advanced search again, and remember here is where I had the usage rights where I had filtered for free to use or share. I'm always going to first do that because I want to make sure that my images are not violating the copyright laws. And in here I want to show you just a couple more advanced features that you can do. You can add any of these words so that you can add multiple words in here, or you can do none of these words. This is good. Say I want dogs, but I do not want puppies. And then just like before, we have the size, but I like this one, the aspect ratio, where I can go, I want a tall, a square, a wide, or a panoramic image. Here's where I can change the type of color. I can do a specific color by clicking on here. Again, this is the type of image. Perhaps you're a teacher and you are teaching content from another region, so you want an image that comes from another part of the world. Here you can choose by region, and it lists all the different countries of the world that you can choose from. And then there have the safe search. For the student filter, it's automatically safe search, so they don't have to switch. But perhaps for yourself, you want to go in and you want to filter explicit results, which means all the explicit results will not come up. And then file type, you can do JPEG files, GIF, all the way down. So the advanced features has some more options to be able to narrow your search. So now, thinking about all the images that you have, do you have images that you don't remember exactly where you got them, and now you want to make sure you go back and credit the source? Well, there's a reverse image search that will help you find where that image came from. And so let me show you that. I'm going to go back to my images. And when I'm here, if you notice, there is a little camera up here. If I click on it, I can paste an image URL. Well, in this case, I have an image and I need to find out where it came from. So I'm going to click on Upload an Image. And then I'm going to choose File. And on my desktop, I'm going to choose this horse. So when it comes up, it shows me the image size, the best guess, it's a horse, and now it's actually showing me the pages that this image are on. So I can narrow the search down to find out who this image belongs to and where I can credit the image. Reverse image search can also be a fun tool to use with students. For example, if you're a high school U.S. history teacher, you can hook the students by showing them an image to pique their curiosity. So let's see what that would look like in action. Say that you're my students and I show you this photo and I say, how did this vehicle become stranded? That's the question that I'm posing to you. I want to give you, as my students, some time to think about it. Look at the image and what is around it and see if you can discover how it possibly has gotten stranded. So now, once that I've given you time, I would have a class discussion to see what are the possibilities that students come up with. And then I will tell the students that I place this image in the K drive, and I want them to use the reverse image search to find out the cause of the stranded car. Are you curious on how the vehicle became stranded? Well, let's see. So I'm going to go back to my Google search. I want to show you another way. Let me take the horse off. Instead of uploading here, if I have the image on my desktop, which I do, I can actually simply drag it over and drop it in. And now, the best guess for this image is the Dust Bowl. Sorry, this was stranded by the Dust Bowl that occurred in the 30s. And so from here, I can tell my students, all right, I want you to go through and the websites that are provided, I want you to read a little about the Dust Bowl so we can see what we are going to be learning about in the near future. This does not need to be limited to history teachers. I can see using this type of hook in any content. All you need is your TEKS and a Google image search, and you are on your way to creating some unique hooks for students.